Namaste. Welcome to Yoga with Janine. I'm Janine, and welcome to your prenatal yoga practice. Congratulations, by the way. Today we're going to be working on finding a more relaxed body, mind, and breath. I often hear from my friends who are either pregnant or who have had children that this time of pregnancy can be very stressful. The body's going through so many different changes, and it's also a time where you're kind of sometimes lose a sense of your body. Like you don't feel like yourself anymore, even just on a physical level. There's so many transformations happening, so many changes. So this practice will be all about coming back to getting a sense of where you are in space, getting a sense of feeling your body once again. Even though it's a new body, even though you have a baby growing inside of you, and your body might be going through different changes, whether it's morning sickness in the first trimester, maybe just new sensations of the baby growing in your second trimester, or in the third trimester, maybe feeling that, that your body is no longer your own. So these are the common things that I hear about from clients and students that I've worked with over the years. So wherever you are on that spectrum, or whatever you're personally experiencing in your life, to bring a sense of relaxation, ease, and comfort into your daily practice can help to help you become more of a witness and become more conscious to what's really going on in the body, to all the subtle sensations, even the movements that the baby will be making if they're not making it just yet. So having a relaxed body, mind, and breath, so that we can witness, so you can witness and stay aware and present during this wonderful time of your life and of your baby's life. And it also helps while giving birth to cultivate this sense of awareness and to be able to simply watch and witness, because you're going to be feeling so many different things perhaps when you're giving birth, whether you have whether you're giving a vaginal birth or you're having a cesarean. It's such an intense moment, right? Like it's such an intense moment that you want to be able to feel at least a little bit conscious of your experience, whether it's to remember it later on or to, in the moment, be there and be present with what's happening in your body, delivering your baby, and also because you are the only one that's going to be really doing the work, right? To be present with yourself so that you can learn to calm yourself down. And when you're calm, the baby also gets calm. Today we're going to be working with Samantha, and Samantha is in her, she's at the end of her second trimester, and she has practiced yoga before. However, as we know, in a prenatal yoga practices are not like our ordinary yoga class practices. We're really practicing not just for our bodies, but for both the baby's body and our body. And also to practice the tools that we're going to need while pregnant and also while giving birth. So Samantha's going to help us out with that today, as she has been a lovely volunteer for this class. So I hope you enjoy. Please remember our overarching principle to really listen to your inner wisdom and be led by your own comfort and stability in your practice. If there's anything that doesn't feel right, then simply modify it or take a rest during that pose, or you can fast forward to the next section of the video. Enjoy your practice and enjoy your pregnancy. Namaste. So take a comfortable seat, close your eyes, lengthen up through your spine, and take 3 deep breaths. Just to feel the breath moving in and the breath moving out. Start to feel the breath in the sides of the rib cage with your next 2 breaths. And then find a natural breath and simply observe the breath moving in and out. Just a natural breath, because when we're pregnant, there's less space to breathe. So it might feel different than when you're not pregnant. And you want to just experience your new body and sharing your breath with, sharing the inner space of the body with your baby. In this practice, we'll be focusing on relaxing the body, the mind, and the breath in order to find or to create a more conscious experience of being pregnant, and then a conscious experience when you're giving birth. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And remembering our overarching principle, so the number 1 principle is to be open to your own innate wisdom. Your own innate wisdom as a woman, as a mother, and to be guided through your comfort and stability. So if it's not comfortable, then we'll adjust so that the pose becomes more comfortable. So we want comfort and stability. And you'll know it's comfortable, you know it's stable by listening into your own innate wisdom. And let's open the practice, lifting the heart towards the thumbs with the tone of Om. So just vibrating the sound of Om in the body, and just again relaxing into the vibration, letting the mind and the body relax into it, and letting the sound be not a sound of performance, but simply a sound of your own natural breath, exhaling the sound of Om. And take a deep breath in. And release your hands and open your eyes. That was a nice Om.
It was a nice Om.
Come on to all fours. So you spoke earlier about having back pain.
Yeah.
So we're going to address that here. So you want to make sure your knees are underneath your hips, and just spread your fingers and take your wrists underneath your shoulders. Okay. Take a few breaths here, just noticing where you can breathe more in the back of your waist. So often when we're pregnant, the front of the body is otherwise occupied, is being inhabited by this little alien. So you have to find other places to breathe in the body in order to find that sense of relaxation from the tensions that might be caused by pregnancy. So now as you inhale, lengthen out the sides of your waist like an accordion stretching. So your hips will move away from your shoulders and shoulders away from your hips. And then as you exhale, you're going to round your back to stretch the muscles of the back. Is that okay for your back? Okay. And then inhale again, lengthen it out. So not so much arching, but finding more of a neutral alignment. And then exhale, rounding. Think of the vertebrae stretching away from one another. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale and round. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to round. And then inhale to lengthen. And I want you to relax right between your shoulder blades here. Yeah. So don't completely drop, just soften slightly. So this part was a little bit rounded. And that could create some tension in the lower back. And sometimes if you have kids, so you're carrying your kids around or you're running after, you're doing a lot of stuff with your arms, and that could pull on the lower back as well. So now inhale here, and as you exhale, walk your hands over to the right. Yeah. Keep your toes tucked under, and you're going to push your hips back. So it's like child's pose. And just make sure baby has space. And breathe into this left side of your body. And try to soften any tension in the upper back especially. Really relaxing the body, the mind, and finding a very easy breath. There's no need to force the breath in the practice. And then inhale, come back to center, and bring your hands now to the left. And breathe into the right side of the body. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're doing this at home and you feel that the knees get uncomfortable, you can always place a blanket under the knees for support. And soften. And then inhale and come back to center. And take your knees wide. So we're going to find your child's pose. And walk your hips back and your hands forward. And just find a place where baby can sit between the thighs. And where you and baby feel comfortable and stable. Again, softening right in the middle, upper back. The back of the body is, the tissues on the back of the body are often pulled away from the spine just by the pure effect of having the baby as this big, basketball pulling on the front of your body. So it pulls on those muscles around the waist and puts an extra strain on the back. So it's really important to breathe along the spine, breathe into the back of the lungs, and find more release through those muscles. Help them out. And then you're going to come up onto your knees, and we're going to stretch the ankles and the calves. So you're going to place, so you can do like this with just sitting on your knees. If you have blocks, or even books, you can put your knees on the blocks. Yeah. That's it. And that will bring a little bit of height. Are you okay sitting on your heels? Yep. Okay. So stretching the muscles in the feet first. Mm-hmm. And this is a foot opener. It's deep toe opener. So inhale here and exhale to find the release. So I wish everything could be super easy, but we also have to learn how to be able to relax the mind, the body, and the breath when things get a little bit more tight and tense. Right? Like when you're trying to push a baby out of you.
Exactly. My thoughts exactly.
So, you know, toe stretch versus pushing a baby out of you.
I'll take the toe stretch for today.
Yeah. And then release. And you could, at home you could do it multiple times and then come off of the blocks. And you're going to come back to all fours and you'll stretch your legs out, just one leg back to stretch through the calf muscles. Yeah. So that way you bring that stretch that you had in the sole of the foot and the toes into the lower leg. And maybe even into the back of the thigh. And then the other side. Again, as you stretch, feel the stretch, but also feel the muscles relaxing into the stretch. And if you're more flexible in the body, then you're going to have to bring a bit more tone to the leg to feel that stretch. And then come back to center. Tuck both toes under. Both feet under, and lift up into downward facing dog. And you can pedal the feet and just move freely through the hips and just get used to this pose. So if this was your first time doing this pose, you want to make sure that the tailbone and the sacrum, the back of the pelvis, are really high up. Okay? And the lower back is releasing. Now, if you're in your final weeks of pregnancy and the baby is in optimal position, you want to make sure that you're avoiding downward facing dog, so you'll do more of a child's pose. And then walk your hands back towards your feet, and you'll take your feet wider as you need to. And as you inhale, come all the way up, reach up. And exhale the hands to your heart. And interlace your fingers. Press your palms forward and reach your arms. Stretch the shoulders open and then lean a little to your right and to the left. Just exploring the movement side to side. Again, the intention again to the right and to the left. The intention is to become more conscious of the body in a more relaxed state. And one more time to the left. Good. Inhale and come up. And then exhale, release your hands and interlace your fingers behind your back. Step forward a little bit towards the middle of your mat. Roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. And now, because of the back, we want to make sure that you lift a little bit the lower belly and you move your tailbone down. And that will bring more fullness in the back. And from there, you're going to start to stretch your arms away from your back. If your shoulders are a bit tighter, then you would hold a strap or a belt or a towel between the hands. Take your legs wider, your knees bent, and fold forward, stretching your arms overhead. Again, make sure that you and baby feel comfortable. And you open with ease through the shoulders. Breathe into the back of your lungs. One more breath. And pressing firmly into the feet, inhale and come all the way up. And exhale to release. And just find ease in the body, the mind, and the breath. Good, so now we'll do the abdominal toning. So you're going to bring your back to the wall. You're going to step your feet forward towards your mat and lean into the wall. Just a little bend in your knees. So you don't want to be too heavy in the knees. It's just a soft, kind of cushiony sensation here. And lengthen your spine and relax your shoulders back. Relax your head on the wall. And just feel this gap between the wall and your back. Okay. And you're going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to tone the abdomen as if you're tightening a corset, so your navel's going to draw in and the sides of your waist are drawing in. And you want to think as though you're hugging baby. And you can even place your hands on the side so you can feel the baby being hugged. Inhaling, relaxing the back. And then exhaling, hugging, and your back's going to come closer to the wall. Do you feel that? Mm-hmm. And again. You can even close your eyes or relax the eyes and visualize baby receiving this hug, this embrace. Two more. Just feel the sides of the waist drawing in. Even baby's getting a bit of a massage here. And exhale. And then just relax. Keep your hands on your belly and breathe normally. Just feeling the effect of that on the body, mind, and breath. And then come back to your mat. Can you feel him being hugged?
Yeah.
Is he pushing? Like, does he kick or?
No, he seemed to like that.
Yeah. He doesn't like.
He stayed quiet.
So feet hip distance apart. You're going to step closer to the front of your mat now. And as you inhale, lift your arms overhead and take your feet a bit wider and exhale and fold forward. Bend your knees a little bit on the way down. And then step your left foot back towards the back of your mat into a lunge. And you want your hands on the inside of your front foot. Good. Now, you can keep the leg lifting, or you can bring your knee to the ground to show that. And sit deeper in that right hip. So as she's sitting deeper, her thigh is moving away from the belly. And then you can stay here and just lift the back thigh once again and go into this variation. Lengthen through the spine as you inhale, filling the back of the body and soften between your shoulder blades. And then step back into plank on your knees. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, press back into Child's Pose. Again, taking that wide Child's Pose with the knees wide. So these are the sun salutations, which might be different than what you're used to when you're not pregnant. And inhale, come back to center. And once again, step your right foot forward to the outside of your right hand. And we're going to take it into a bit of a twist. So inhale, lengthen your spine. And this time we'll bring the knee down to the floor. You're going to lean into your right leg and lift your left arm up. That's it. So the hips keep parallel to the front of the mat and stabilize on the back leg and that front leg. And the legs create kind of a boundary for then inside you can, for you to lengthen into and expand the chest, the shoulders. Good. And then slowly come back to center. Step your left foot forward and fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Second side, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward, bending your knees on the way down. Inhale, step your right foot back now. Keep the back thigh lifted or the knee bent. Here you'll keep it lifted. And lengthen out through the spine. So you want your feet to land, the hips to go parallel to the front edge of the mat. And you're creating space for baby by opening that left hip. As you exhale, step back into plank on your knees. Inhale, lengthen the sides of your waist. And exhale, child's pose. And finding more relaxed breath, relaxing the mind by just bringing your attention to the inner body and the sensations of being present with your baby. One more breath. Inhale and come up. And take your left foot forward this time. Curl your back toes under and keep your back knee down. And then making sure that baby has space on that left side. Hug your left leg in, lean into the leg, and lift your right arm up. That's it. So it's a spinal twist, but the hips hold steady. That's important when we're pregnant, to keep the pelvis steady while we're doing twists. So we don't want to turn with the hips. Turn with the chest. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, bring your hand down and step forward into standing forward bend. Inhale, lift all the way up, reach up. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Just take a few breaths here, feeling the feet grounding, the spine lengthening, and soften the outside of your body. Soften the shoulders and find that sense of relaxation. Okay, now you'll step your right foot back and you'll turn to face that way. Take a wide stance. So we'll do extended side angle. Turn your right toes to the right, 90 degrees, and your back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat, to the short edge of your mat. Bend your right knee over your ankle and bring your forearm down to your thigh. Okay. So the right knee is over the right ankle, and it's pointing more towards the middle of the foot, the third toe. And then you're going to take your left arm straight up. Take a deep breath into the sides and back of your waist. And as you exhale, stretch your left arm alongside your ear. And you turn the outer armpit in towards the face. So the baby finger side of the arm turns down. Again, find comfort and ease in the pose. And it's from there that you can then go deeper if you want to go deeper. But you want to remain in this space of awareness. And you're really creating space for your body, but also for baby's body. So the prenatal yoga practice is different than when we're not pregnant, in the sense that we're not just practicing for our body, but we're also practicing for babies. Take another breath, pressing the feet down, even bringing some weight into that back foot. And then inhale to come up. Awesome. And change sides. So now the left toes turn out. And the feet can be aligned with one another. So the feet will be on the same line. Or you can go heel to heel. So the left heel in line with the right heel. And this will give a bit more space in the hips. Bring your arm down and stretch your right arm straight up. Find the weight pressing down into the feet. And not just in the left foot, the front foot, but also in the back foot. Keep the inner thighs lifting so that there's more capacity for relaxation in the hips and opening in the hips. And sweep your arm alongside your ear. Once again, the outer armpit turns in. Shoulders back, chest and heart open. And take full body breaths. Full body breaths means just breathing, feeling your breath moving into the whole body. It doesn't mean necessarily deeper breaths. It just means that the prana, the energetic force in the body is moving. There's energy moving into the body. And then inhale to come back up. And exhale, relax your arms. And stand in mountain pose with your feet underneath you for a moment. Soften the back of the knees so that you're not hyperextending. As you progress through pregnancy, you'll notice that the joints get more lax, a little bit more looser, you get more flexible, it seems, and yet you want to make sure that you're still respecting the integrity of the joints, so not hyperextend the knees, keep the knees soft. And then take your feet wide once again. For triangle pose this time, turn your toes to the right. Inhale, lift your arms, and then exhale over to your right side. And you bring your hand to your shin bone. Good. Now, again here, you want to bring a bit of a bend to the right knee. Yeah, so press your toes down. That's it. And that way there's no pressure moving into the back of the knee. And we're in the prenatal practice, we're not going for these extreme stretches because the body is already primed for stretch. It's already stretchy. What we want here is to find a little bit more kind of sense of where our body is in space, how to find our balance, how to find our breath. And then inhale to come up. And exhale, relax your arms and change sides. Inhale, arms up, exhale, and fold to the left. Once again, a little bend in the back of your knee. So you almost feel like you're coming out of the pose. And lengthen through the spine, breathing into that space in the middle lower back. And opening the chest. And the head, you can look up towards your hand, but if that causes any strain in the neck, just simply look forward or even look down. Okay, so find where you have greater ease in the neck and overall in the body. Firm the muscles of your legs so you feel stable, and then inhale, come up to standing. And bring your feet closer together, and just take a moment to watch and witness the sensation of the body and the breath. What I've noticed in working with in prenatal yoga is that different poses will make baby act differently. So, and it changes every time. It's not always the same. Because baby's growing, right? So every week it's different. So now we're going to do malasana, so the squat. And we're going to do this against the wall. So we'll take a bolster here, and maybe actually, let's see, let's do, at home you can do with cushions, or even books. So you're going to straddle the bolster, and you're gonna go with your back against the wall, and you come down into a squat. Yeah, that's it. And this will open the hips and will work the opening of the pelvic floor. Super important. And just let your the wall support you, let the bolster support you, and if it's too low, if you have tightness in the knees, then you're going to want to come up. Are you okay in the knees here? Perfect. Okay. So we're going to incorporate now pelvic toning. And the pelvic toning is the Kegel exercises. And these actually, I read somewhere where we're supposed to be doing 200 Kegels a day. And that's not even when we're pregnant. That's everybody should be doing 200 Kegels a day.
I didn't get the memo.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can do it, and this is, I mean, it's an exercise you can do anywhere. Nobody will know that you're doing it unless you make strange faces. So, which sometimes we do make strange faces. So what we want to do here is, as you inhale, you're going to lift, you're going to gather the pelvic floor as if you're lifting tissue. You're going to gather the pelvic floor, inhale and engage the muscles of the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, you're going to relax the muscles of the pelvic floor. And keep doing that and feel the pelvic floor lifting as you breathe in. And breathe out to relax. And keep going a few more times. So if you've never done Kegels before, it's similar to when you hold your pee. When you stop the stream of pee when you're going to the bathroom. I wouldn't suggest doing it. You can try it maybe once when you're peeing just to make sure that you're activating the right muscles, but I wouldn't get into the habit of doing that. It's not healthy. But it is the same muscles that you would use. So you want to engage or feel this lift up through the pelvic floor. And as you exhale, you relax the pelvic floor. 3 more times. It's possible that when we start doing these types of exercises, we might feel very weak in the pelvic floor. And those are muscles. It's like anything else. If we don't work the muscles, then they lose a little bit of their strength. So especially when we're talking about prenatal yoga, even continence and things like that we want to maintain the integrity of the pelvic floor. So even if you're not pregnant, then you want to make sure that you're strengthening these muscles and relax. Good. All right. And then slowly come up. You can move forward and good. Come back to your mat. So we're going to actually take it into a sitting pose. So you're going to sit, actually we'll sit on a blanket. So sit up on a blanket and come into Cobblers Pose. Yeah.
Which one, sir?
Cobblers Pose, so Baddha Konasana, with the knees wide and the feet together. And you can hold your ankles or you can place your hands behind you, lengthen your spine, and open the hips. Just take a few breaths here. And with the tonings that we learn, whether it's the abdominal toning or the pelvic toning or the vocal toning, we can incorporate those in any pose. And if now we know we have to do Kegels like 200 times a day, so you can do it anytime. Just feel the opening of the hips here in a more relaxed way than maybe Malasana when the feet are on the floor, the squat when the feet are on the floor. Now we just kind of let go in the hips here. And then bring your knees back together. And you're going to lie on your left side with your head here and your feet there. Just with your knees bent. We'll do a series called the Cleopatra Series. So you can either lie on your on your arm like a pillow, or you can place your hand like that underneath your head. So So whatever is works for you today. And we're gonna, from here, just take a few moments, breathe. Now for some people, they might need a little bit of support under the belly, and for that you would just wedge a blanket underneath the belly. Let's just show. Like this. You might need a little bit of support under the belly. Do you want it? You're okay?
No, I'm okay.
So now from here you're going to bend your right knee and you're going to hold your right knee and bring the knee towards your shoulder. So like the squat pose, you're opening that right hip. That's it. Spread your toes so you have energy moving from the feet up into the pelvis. You're just breathing and finding a sense of relaxation in the body, mind, and breath. So what I like about these poses is that the pelvis has to open, the hips have to open, and in the Cleopatra series, some of the poses are kind of some strange poses, like we're opening the pelvic floor, and it can be a very sensitive posture to be in. Actually, you can give birth in this posture. And yeah, we want to start to feel comfortable in these positions because during labor, you don't know what position you'll find yourself in, and you want to have as many tools as possible at your disposal to find comfort in your body. And then you're going to stretch that right leg up, and I'll give you a belt. So you stretch the leg straight up.
Oh,
yeah. And hold the strap. So here you're stretching open the inside and the back of your thigh. Keep a slight tone to the leg. Yeah. And again, the top arm can be underneath your head. You can create a pillow or you can hold your head with your hand.
I'm getting a cramp in my other leg.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, it's okay. But like from holding balance, it's...
Oh yeah, the buttock is crunching.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cramps happen, and when they happen, come out of the pose, relax, find that relaxation, and then come back in, and maybe change the arm position so that you're not putting so much effort in the hip. And then you want the buttock to come this way. So the outer right buttock here is turning away from the belly. It's kind of tucking under. Externally rotating. Good. And then relax. Then staying on this side, when you're ready, you can bend your right knee and hold the foot in the back. So now we get the front of the thigh. And the bottom leg is creating stability, and that's why she got the cramp in the outer left buttock, because she's really holding steady and strong in the left leg. So you want to make sure that you place that bottom leg on an angle that you don't have to put so much effort in the buttock. But, as I said, cramps do happen. So as you're hugging the heel to the buttock, you want to make sure that you're not overarching the back. So when we stretch the front of the body, because the baby's already stretching the belly, that's going to create more of an arch in the back. So keep the tailbone long and breathe more fully into the back of into your lower back. And then release. How's your knee in this?
Perfect.
Okay. Good. Now you're going to roll onto the other side, so you'll face this way, actually. Yeah. Yeah. And then same thing, so knee to the shoulder first. And you're opening that hip, breathing into the pelvis. stretch your leg up and stretch. Spread your toes. And then once again, the outer buttock turns in towards the other leg. So it kind of scoops underneath. And that will lengthen the side of the waist. Again, you don't have to do too much of that, just a little bit to create some balance in the pelvis and the hip. And here, stretching the back of the leg, making sure that the knee is not locking. And then release. You can relax for a moment. Just relaxing that other hip. And thigh stretch. So the heel comes towards the buttock. Breathe into the back of your body. And keep a bit of tone in the leg. That will help to support the knee. Scoop the tailbone under to lengthen the lower back. And as the back lengthens, then that's when you can take the thigh back more. Really respect the opening of the thigh. You might already feel very stretched out. You might already feel that you're at your limit. The front of the thigh muscle and the abdominal muscles are connected. So when the abdominals stretch, you're also kind of stretching the thigh. So, and when you stretch the thigh, you're stretching the abdominals. That might already be overstretched, depending on where you are in your pregnancy. Good, and then release. And just rest for a second and take inventory of the body, breath. And then for Shavasana, we're going to lie on the left side. And we'll take the bolster. So you can do different variations. I'll show you this one. So lie on your left side. And you're going to bring your right leg forward. And you can snuggle this in closer if you need to. And we'll take, I'll just put under the head. You're not allergic to wool?
No.
Okay. And we'll create a pillow under the head. Good. Is that okay?
Perfect.
All right. So take a few breaths here to settle the body. And staying open to your innate wisdom, being guided by your own comfort and the stability of this pose. As you rest the body, notice the movement of the breath and find a sense of relaxation in the body, the mind, and the breath. As the breath moves in, it travels down towards baby. As the breath moves out, it moves away from baby, removing any toxins from the body. Both you and baby are breathing together, pulsating, vibrating as one. As you become aware of your breath moving in and out, visualize that you and baby are breathing together comfortably and in a very relaxed way. Just enjoying this moment of being with your baby in this deep, intimate connection that you have with your baby at this time. Feel your presence with baby's presence. And start to deepen your breath. Move your fingers and your toes, bringing awareness into your full body. And then keeping the muscles of the face soft, relaxed. Gently press yourself up to sitting, and you can sit on the bolster facing this way. Just take a comfortable sitting position. Lengthen through your spine and bring your hands to kind of feel baby in the belly. I'm going to close with some vocal toning. Vocal tonings are just different vibrations that we use, that we tone, that we chant or vibrate. And baby will usually find there might be different tones that baby resonates with more. It just brings a sense of ease to the baby, and you can use them in your practice, at home. You can even use it as you're giving birth to find this sense of relaxation and connection in your body and with baby. So we're going to start with the tone of ah, and it's just a release. It's like you inhale and just ah. We'll do that 2 more times. And then relax. Just feel the effect of the vibration on your body, baby's body. And then we tone the sound of M, like and we just want to keep the throat, as we're toning, keep the throat relaxed. So when the throat is relaxed, the pelvic floor is able to relax as well. So the sound of M, and this will vibrate more in the upper body and the head. So take a deep breath in. 2 more. Relax the face 1 more time. And just feel the effect of the vibration on your body and baby's body. Keeping one hand on baby, bring the other hand to your heart. Both your heart and baby's heart beating together. And we'll close the practice with the sound that we started with, the sound of Om. Letting that sound unite you with your baby, baby with mommy. And take a deep breath in. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Namaste.
Namaste.